Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Monday, March 6, 2017, and I am McKenzi Jordan. Today's top stories are local business renovations, a Bandito indictment, and a Norwegian ship rescue. These stories and more coming up next on Texan TV. We turn to an interview with the Bass Club.
Hey guys, I'm Danny Hernandez. I'm here with Casey Kelly and Justin Seaton. We're going to talk to them a little bit about their Bassmaster fishing for Tarleton State University.
The club started, I think, 6 years ago, and personally, my freshman year, I didn't know we had a bass fishing team. It was very low key. There was probably maybe 5, 6 people on the team, and I had a buddy who, through Twitter, I got to see him posting pictures and stuff. I messaged him and, hey man, let's go fishing, and that just kind of developed into a friendship, and we started fishing. I realized he was on the team, and that was my sophomore year. We started fishing as a team.
I just kind of heard around that Tarleton had a great bass club, and my senior year I just really wanted to check it out. I came, toured the school, loved it, the small field, campus, everything, and it really just kept snowballing from there.
Mondays are official practice days, and that runs, daylight to dark, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We have a meeting on Wednesday, pre-tournament meeting, that we get to meet a lot of cool stuff. We get to meet pros at this thing. We get briefed on, the procedures of the tournament and all that kind of stuff, and then usually take off 7 o'clock on Thursday morning for the BASS tournaments. And then they're 3-day events. If you make it to the third day, they take the top 20 or however many it is according to the field. There's a cut line. If it's over that, they take an additional person or additional team to the field, and then that's how they know the number that qualify for a national championship too. So they'll cut it down. We'll say top 20 on day 2, and then so the day 3 they only take the top 20 teams, and they compete to win the tournament. Allowed a 5 bass limit, okay. And in Texas it's 14 inches. Most everywhere in the country it's 14 inches. Certain lakes might have different regulations, but most every tournament we'll fish collegiately is a 5 bass limit, and each day you just add your 5 fish to, say, day 1's weight, you'll have 5 fish. Day 2, you have your 5 fish. You combine them to get your total weight. You definitely have to do your homework, and that's why the practice days are so important. If you have a bad practice, it doesn't mean you're going to have a bad tournament, but it definitely means that you're going to have to work a little harder during the tournament. During our practice days, we try to spend as much time as we possibly can out on the water and put ourselves in the best chance to do good in the tournament. But certain days, you just can't, things don't go right, so you just kind of have to get over that and just keep pushing and keep fishing. You try to have as much fun as you can, because at the end of the day, it's all about having fun, and you're out on the water with your buddy and you're fishing. So you try to have as much fun as you possibly can, but certain days you're just not going to have fun. It's a grind, and it can downright tear you apart, or it can make you a champion. There's 2 ways to look at it. One of my very favorite professional anglers, Jared Swindle, he says PMA, positive mental attitude. He said if you don't have a positive mental attitude about your day, about your life, about tying your shoe, your day's going to be rough. So there's definitely days out there that it is tough, and nothing goes right. You just got to keep casting and believe in your partner, not expect, but just really hope and appreciate your practice and hope everything goes well.
The Bass Club will be competing in a national competition in April. To see the full interview, visit the Texan News Service YouTube channel. With plans to remodel, HEB has entered into an agreement to purchase 2 lots amounting to nearly an acre of additional land adjacent to the Stephenville store property on Park Drive to allow for more parking and opportunity to broaden its selection. The store will remain open during the construction process. The timeline for the new store construction and opening will depend on the land engineering research and store design process, which will take more than a year to complete and will determine square footage, parking lot, and store features. As more information becomes available, we will report back to you. And now today's Texas national and international news from the Associated Press. 4 members of the Bandidos motorcycle gang have been indicted on charges they conspired to kill a man who is attempting to launch a Texas chapter of the Hells Angels in Austin. Federal authorities say the 4 include 47-year-old Johnny Romo, who holds a national position with the Bandidos. The charges against him include murder in aid of racketeering. Authorities say Romo and the others conspired to kill Anthony Benesh in a 2006 sniper attack as he stood outside an Austin restaurant. Prosecutors say the Bandidos didn't want a rival gang to diminish their power and territory and had threatened Benesh for starting a chapter of a rival gang. The 4 men were indicted and taken into custody on Thursday. The sound of howling dogs filled downtown Anchorage on Saturday as mushers around the world gathered for the ceremonial start of the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race. About 2,000 dogs belonging to 72 mushers waited their turn, some more patiently and less vocal than others, to hit the trail this year. The race spans nearly 1,000 miles of Alaskan wilderness, including the last stretch when the teams battle the frozen Bering Sea coast en route to the finish line in the community of Nome. A rule change this year will allow mushers to carry satellites or cell phones for the first time ever. The change was prompted after a drunken man on a snowmobile last year charged at 2 teams in separate attacks, killing 1 dog and injuring others. The official start of the race is Monday. In international news, a Norwegian ship has rescued 503 people from the Mediterranean Sea in 8 operations since Thursday. The Norwegian Police Service says the Siem pilot arrived Sunday at the Sicilian port of Cantina with 502 migrants on board. The agency said the migrants, 358 men, 29 women, and 116 children, including babies, sailed from Libya last week in rubber dinghies and wooden boats. It said many of them were injured, some with gunshot wounds, burn injuries, and head wounds. It did not explain the reason for the wounds or injuries. Police said the 2 people on board suspected of being human traffickers were detained and handed over to Italian authorities for further investigation. For more of today's national and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. Democrats in Congress want details about reports of contacts between the White House and the Justice Department. They're concerned about reports that the White House urged the Justice Department and the FBI to knock down other reports about communications between the Trump campaign and Russians. South Korean and Japanese officials say North Korea has fired 4 banned ballistic missiles into the Sea of Japan. It's believed to be a reaction to an upcoming U.S.-South Korean military drill. Police south of Seattle are investigating the shooting of a 39-year-old Sikh American man as a hate crime. Authorities say a suspect yelled, "Go back to your own country," before shooting the victim in the arm Friday night. And a wildfire has burned hundreds of acres of mostly undeveloped grassland in Florida's Miami-Dade County. Authorities say the fire produced dangerous amounts of smoke and recommended nearby residents keep doors and windows shut. Matt Small, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
According to Tarleton Athletics, the Texans won the LSC championship on Sunday and are headed to the NCAA Tournament South Central Regional Championship. This is the Texans' second LSC Tournament championship since 2012. This is the Tarleton's first NCAA Tournament appearance since 2014, where they advanced to the second round of the regional tournament. For today's weather, we can expect mostly cloudy skies with a high near 81 and a southwest wind 20 to 25 miles an hour with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. Going into tonight, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 a.m. can be expected. Mostly cloudy skies with a low around 51 and a south wind 10 to 20 miles an hour becoming northwest after midnight. Winds could reach as high as 25 miles an hour. This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Watch us live on Apogee Channel 2.1 in the dorms at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in on Northland Cable Channel 9. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, national, and international news. Today's broadcast was produced by Sydney Burns, Rebecca Hernandez, Ariel Steele, and Danny Hernandez. Have a wonderful day, Texans.